What up, everybody? It's Nick, right outside the U.S. Treasury. Of course, in front, you have the statue of Alexander Hamilton, the $10 founding father. And you may recognize this scene from that right there. That's a $10 bill. Of course, on the front, you've got our man, A. Ham. And as I'm sure you know, Hamilton the musical is like the biggest thing in the world right now. But for those of y'all that might have never had a chance to see the show, I thought I'd try to give you a little taste of it today, and at the same time, maybe see a few sights in Washington, D.C. So if you're ready, let's go. How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter, and every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came and devastation rained on man. Saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain. Then he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. Now the word got around and said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton, and there's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait, just you wait. When he was 10, his father split full of it, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting they own sick, the scent thick. Alex got better, but his mother went quick. Moved in with the cousin committed suicide. Left him with nothing but ruin, pride, something new inside a voice saying, Alex, you gotta fend for yourself. He started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf. There would've been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would've been dead or destitute without a sin of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things he can't afford, scheming for every book he could get his hands on, planning for the future. See him now as he stands on the bow of a ship headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man. New York, just you wait. New York, just you wait. New York, you can be a new man. New York, Alexander Hamilton, we are waiting in the wings for you. You can never back down, you never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton, when America sings for you, do they know what you overcame? Do they know you wrote the game? The world will never be the same. Oh, the ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another interview coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed his rep, America forgot him. We fought with him, me, I died for him. Me, I trusted him, me, I loved him. Me, I'm the damn fool that shot him. There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. 1776. New York City. Pardon me. Are you Aaron Burr, sir? It depends. Who's asking? Oh, well, sure. Sir, I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I have been looking for you. I'm getting nervous. Sir, I heard your name at Princeton. I was taking an accelerated course of study when I got sort of out of sorts with a buddy of yours. I may have punched him. It's a blur. Sir, he handles the financials. You punched the burr, sir. I want to do what you did, graduate into and join the revolution. He looked at me like I was stupid. I'm not stupid. How'd you do it? How'd you graduate so fast? It was my parents' dying wish before they passed. You're an orphan, of course. I'm an orphan. God, I wish there was a war, then we could prove that we're worth more than anyone bargained for. Can I buy you a drink? That would be nice. While we're talking, let me offer you some free advice. Talk less. Smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. You can't be serious. You want to get ahead. Yes. Fools who run their mouths off wind up dead. Yo, what time is it? Like I said. Yo, I'm John Lawrence in the place to be. You're 2 pints of Sam Adams, but I'm working on 3. These red coats don't want it with me, cause I will pop, chicka pop, a cop till I'm free. Ah oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the revolutionary set. I came from afar just to say bonsoir to the king, qu'à cette fois. Who's the best? C'est moi. Bruh, I am Hercules Mulligan, up in and loving it. Yo, I heard your mother say, come again? Lock up the daughters and horses. Of course, it's hard to have intercourse over forces of corsets. No more sex, pour me another brew, son. Let's raise another glass to the revolution. If it ain't the prodigy at Princeton College, Aaron Burr, drop some knowledge. Good luck with that. You taking a stand. You spit. I'll sit. We'll see where we land. Revolution's imminent. What are you stall for? You stand for nothing, Burr. What are you fall for? Who are you? Who are you? Shit, what's he gonna do? I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Yo, I'm just out my country, young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Check it, I'm gonna get a scholarship to King's College. Probably shouldn't brag, but dag, amazing, astonished. Problem is, I got a lot of brains, no polish. Gotta holler just to be heard with every single word. I'm dropping knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, tiny, shining pizza cold, trying to reach my goal. My power speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage. I've learned to manage. I ain't got no gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished, playing this fan, spark into a flame. Demons getting dark. Let me spell out my name. I'm the A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. We want Britain straight shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. King George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free, so there will be a revolution in this century. Enter me. Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it says it's free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy, and I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I'm just out my country, young, scrappy, hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. You know, I'm just out my country, young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot. I dream a fight without the monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. How you say anarchy? When I fight to make the other side panicky with my shot. I'm a tailor's apprentice. Got your nugget, a local parentis. Joining the rebellion, cause no, it's my chance to socially advance. Set of stones and pans, it's time to take a shot. No one will never be truly free until those in bondage get the same rights as you and me. You and I do or die, wait till I stallion on a stallion. With the first black battalion, have another shot. Lower your voices, keep better trouble, double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot. Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lorenzo like you a lot. Let's test the plot. Blacker than a kettle corn in the pot. What are the odds? The God will put a soul in one spot. Pop, but it's quite unconventional. Is it like it or not? Bunch of revolutionary minution abolitionists. Give me your position, show me where the ammunition is. Am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited. Shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud. In front of a crowd, I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. You know, I'm just out my country, young, scrappy, hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am just out my country, young, scrappy, hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Say whoa, 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 whoa. Check this out. Rochambeau. Oh. Rise up. When you're living on your knees, you rise up. Tell your brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister that she's gotta rise up. One of these colonies gon' 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 rise up. Rise up. I imagine just so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I lived past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we laugh. Reach for a fast. We have to make this moment last. That's plain, scratch that. This is not a moment, it's a movement. We're all the hungriest brothers with something to prove. When those oppose us, we take an honest stand. We roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, does it guarantee a freedom for our descendants? Or will the blood we shed begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants? I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting, passionately smashing every expectation, every action, act of creation. Laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. For the first time, I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am just out my country, young, scrappy, hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Time to rise up, take a shot. Time to rise up, take a shot. Time to take a shot, rise up, take a shot. Time to take a shot, time to take a shot. Time to take a shot, time to take a shot. And I am not throwing away my shot. I may not live to see our glory, but I will gladly join the fight. And when our children tell our story, they'll tell the story of tonight. Let's have another round tonight. Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us telling this story of tonight. Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us telling this story of tonight. They'll tell the story of tonight. They'll tell this story of tonight. They'll tell the story of tonight. This nothing rich folk love more than going downtown and slumming it with the poor. They pull up in the carriages and gawk at the students in the comment just to watch him talk. Take Philip Schuyler, the man is loaded. Uh-oh, little does he know that his daughters, Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, sneak to the city just to watch all the guys. Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy, the Schuyler sisters. Daddy said to be home by sundown. Daddy doesn't need to know. Daddy said not to go downtown. Like I said, you're free to go. But look around, the revolution's happening in New York. It's bad enough Daddy wants to go to war. People shouting in the square. It's bad enough there'll be violence on our shore. New ideas in the air. Look around. Angelica, remind me what we're looking for. Eliza, I'm looking for a mind out work. Looking for a mind out work. Looking for a mind out work. It's nothing like summer in the city. Someone to dress me, someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smell like your daddy's got money. Someone in the city with your fancy heels, searching for an urchin who can give you ideals. You disgust me. You disgust me. I'm a trust fund, baby. You can trust me. I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Some men think I'm intense, so I'm insane. You want a revolution? I want a revelation. Listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'm gonna compel him to include women in the sequel. Work. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy, Schuyler sisters. Hey, in the greatest city in the world. Hear ye. My name is Samuel Seabury, and I present free thoughts on the proceedings of the Continental Congress. He not the rabble who screams revolution. He has not your interest at heart. Chaos and bloodshed are not a solution. Don't let them lead you astray. This Congress does not speak for me. They're playing a dangerous game. I pray the King shows you his mercy. For shame. Yeah, he'd have you all unravel at the sound of screams, but the revolution is coming. The have-nots are gonna win this. It's hard to listen to you with a straight face. Chaos and bloodshed already haunt us. Honestly, you shouldn't even talk. What about Boston? Look at the cost and all that we've lost, and you talk about Congress? My dog speaks more eloquently than thee, but strangely your mange is the same. The King, is he in Jersey? For the revolution, for shame! Oh, please, if you repeat yourself again, I'm gonna scream. Honestly, look at me, please don't read. Want your interest, don't modulate the key, then not debate with me. Why should a tiny island across the sea regulate the price of tea? Alexander, please, Bert, I'd rather be divisive than indecisive. Drop the nicety, silence. A message from the King, a message from the King, a message from the King. You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, you will see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. You say our love is raining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we've had. Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da, da 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 da, 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 da da. Everybody, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da. British Admiral Howe's got troops on the water. 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. 32,000 troops. 32,000 troops. 96,000. As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that I was poor. I knew it was the only way to rise up. If they tell my story, I am either gonna die on the battlefield in glory or rise up. I will fight for this land, but there's only one man who could give us a command so we can rise up. Understand, it's the only way to rise up. Rise up, here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. The pride of Mount Vernon, George Washington. Outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right-hand man. Can I be real a second? Just a millisecond. Let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. See, I'm the model of a modern major general, the venerated Virginian veteran whose men are all lining up to put me on a pedestal. Write letters to their relatives, embellishing my elegance and eloquence. But the elephant is in the room. The truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go. Any chance of success is fleeting. I cannot keep leading when the people I'm leading keep retreating. We put a stop to the bleeding as the British take Brooklyn, night takes Rook. But look, we are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right-hand man. The battering down the battery, check the damages. We gotta stop them and rob them of their advantages. We gotta stand with the stamina, God is granted us. Hamilton won't abandon ship, yo, let's steal the cannons. And go the cannons, watch the blood in the shit spraying. Go the cannons, they're abandoned and keep baying. There's another shipping, we just want southern tipping. We gotta get a hold on quick, we can't afford another slip. Guns and horses giddy up, I decided to divvy up my forces. See the shares of British cut the city up. This close to giving up, facing mass scrutiny. I scream in the face of this mass mutiny. Are these the men with whom I'm to defend America? We ride at midnight, Manhattan in the distance. I cannot be everywhere at once, people. I'm in dire need of assistance. Your Excellency, Aaron Burr, sir, permission to state my case as you were. Sir, I was a captain under General Montgomery until he caught a bullet in his neck in Quebec. Well, in summary, I think I could be of assistance. I admire how you keep firing at the British from a distance. I have some questions, a couple of suggestions on how to fight instead of fleeing west. Your Excellency, you wanted to see me. Hamilton, come in. Have you met Burr? We keep meeting. Like I said, I look forward to seeing your strategy play out. Burr, close the door on your way out. Have I done something wrong, sir? On the contrary, I called you here because our odds are beyond scary. Your reputation precedes you, but I have to laugh, Hamilton. How come no one could get you on the staff? Don't get me wrong, you're a young man of great renown. I know you stole British cannons when you were still downtown. Nathaniel Greene and Henry Knox wanted to hire you to be their secretary. I don't think so. Why are you upset? I'm not. You've got a hunger. I was just like you when I was younger, head full of fantasies, dying like a martyr. Dying is easy, young man. Living is harder. Why are you telling me this? I'm being honest. I'm working with a third of what our Congress has promised. We are a powder keg about to explode. I need someone like you to lighten the load, so. I am not throwing away my shots. Yo, where you outgunned down, man? You need all the help you can get. I have some friends, Lawrence Mulligan, Coquette Lafayette. Okay, what else? You need some spies on the inside, some Kingsmen who wanted some things slide. I ride to Congress and tell them we need supplies. We rally the guys, master the element of surprise. I rise above my station, organize your information till we rise to the occasion of our new nation. Sir, rise up, rise up. Here comes the general. Here comes the general and his right-hand man. How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore go on and on, grow into more of a phenomenon? Watch this obnoxious, arrogant, loudmouth bother be seated at the right hand of the father. Washington hires Hamilton right on sight, but Hamilton still wants to fight, not right. Now Hamilton's skill with the squill is undeniable, but what do we have in common? We're reliable with the ladies. There are so many to the flower. Looks proximity to power. They delighted and distracted, and Martha Washington named her Pharaoh Tomcat after him. That's true. Television 80, Winter's Ball, and the Schuyler sisters are the envy of all. If you could marry a sister, you're rich, son. Is it a question of if, Burr, or which one? Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, I do. Yeah, ooh, I do. Boy, you got me helpless. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. I'm helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning in them. I have never been the type to try and grab the spotlight. We were at a revel with some rebels on a hot night, laughing at my sister as she dazzled in the room. You walked in and my heart went, trying to catch your eye from the side of the ballroom. Everybody's dancing, fans top volume, grind to the rhythm as we wine and dine. Grab my sister and whisper, yo, this one's mine. Ooh, my sister makes her way across the room to you. I'm getting nervous thinking what she gonna do. She grabbed you by the arm, I'm thinking we're through. Then you look back at me, suddenly I'm helpless. Oh, look at those eyes. Helpless, down for the count and I'm drowning in them. I am so into you, helpless, down for the count and I'm drowning in them. Where are you taking me? I'm about to change your life. By all means, lead the way. Elizabeth Schuyler, it's a pleasure to meet you. Schuyler, my sister, thank you for your service. If it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it. I'll leave you to it. 1 week later, I'm writing a letter nightly. Now my life gets better every letter that you write me. Laughing at my sister because she wants to form a harem. I'm just saying, if you really love me, you will share them. Hot 2 weeks later in the living room, stressing. Father's own face while you're asking for his blessing. Dying inside as you whine and dine. Trying not to cry because there's nothing that your mind can do. My father makes his way across the room to you. I start to panic and I'm thinking we're through. But then he shakes your hand, says be true. And you look back at me smiling and I'm helpless. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. I'm helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning in him. That boy is mine. That boy is mine. Helpless, down for the count and I'm drowning in them. Eliza, I don't have a dollar to my name. Acre of fame, troops command, no dollar for fame. All I have is my honor, tolerance for pain. Couple of college credits, top notch, brain insane. Your family was at a different side of me. Peggy confides in me, Angelica tried to take a bite of me. No stress, her love for you was never in doubt. We'll get a little place in Harlem, figure it out. I've been living without a family since I was a child. Father left, my mother died, I grew up buck wild. I'll never forget my mother's face, it was real. Long as I'm alive, I swear to God you'll never feel so. Eliza, I never felt so down for the count and I'm drowning in it. My life is gonna be fine cause Eliza's in it. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. Down for the count and I'm drowning in it. New York, you can be a new man. New York, you can be a new man. New York, you can be a new man. Helpless. I toast the groom to the bride from your sister who's always by your side, to your union and the hope that you provide. May you always be satisfied. I remember that. I remember that night. I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember them soldier boys tripping over themselves just to win our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I saw your face. I have never been the same. Intelligent eyes and a hunger bang frame. When you said hi, I forgot my dang name. Set my heart aflame, every part aflame. This is not a game. You strike me as a woman who's never been satisfied. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You forget yourself. You're like me. I've never been satisfied. Is that right? I've never been satisfied. My name's Angelica Schuyler. Alexander Hamilton. Where's your family from? Unimportant. There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait. Just you wait. So. This is what it feels like to match with someone who's with a heavenly catch. It's a feeling of freedom, seeing the light, spend fragrant with a keen kite. See it right. Conversation has 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 17%. Totally dreaming. It's a dream, it's a bit of a dance, bit of a posture, it's a bit of a stance. It's a bit of a flirt, but I'm giving him a chance. Ask about his family, you see his handsome hands that are fitting and lift his skins. Feeling his spine, but the state of his pants. Handsome, what does he know? It's peach fuzz, but he can't even grow it. I want to take him far away from this place, from the dreams of his sister's face, and she is helpless. And I know she is helpless. And her eyes are just helpless. That's when I realized 3 fundamental truths at the exact same time. I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich. My father had no son, so I'm the one who has the social climb. And I'm the oldest and the wittiest and the gossip in New York City-est and cityest. Alexander is penniless. Ha! Don't mean I want him any less. He's after me because I'm Skylar's sister that I live satisfied. Have to be naive to put that aside. I guess that is why I introduced him to Eliza. Now that's his bride. Nice going Angelica, he was right, you will never be satisfied. I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. If I told her that I love him, she'd be silently resigned. He'd be mine. She would say she's fine, she'd be lying. So when I fantasize at night, it's Alexander's eyes as I romanticize what might have been if I hadn't sized him up so quickly. At least my dear Eliza's his wife. At least I keep his eyes in my life. To the groom, to bride, from your sister, who's always by your side, to your union, and I hope that you provide. May you always be satisfied, and I know she'll be happy as his bride, and I know he will never be satisfied. I will never be satisfied. I may not live to see our glory, but I've seen wonders great and small. And if the tomcat can get married, there's hope for us after all. Raise a glass to freedom, something you will never see again, no matter what she tells you. Raise a glass to the four of us, to the newly not poor of us, telling this story of tonight. Well, if it is an error, burr, sir, I didn't think that you would make it, to be sure. Sir, I came to say congratulations. Spit a burr, spur. I think the whole gang is here. You, Izzy Whisper. Forget them. Congrats to you, Lieutenant Colonel. I wish I had your command instead of man in Georgia Journal. Come on now, be sensible. From what I hear, you've made yourself indispensable. I heard you had a special someone on the side, burr. What are you trying to hide, burr? These guys should go. It's all right, burr. I wish you brought this girl with you tonight, burr. I'm afraid it's unlawful. She's married to a British officer. Oh, shit. Congrats again, Alexander. Smile more. See you on the other side of the war. I will never understand you. If you love this woman, go get her. What are you waiting for? See you on the other side of the war. See you on the other side of the war. Theodosia writes me a letter every day. I'm keeping the bed warm while her husband is away. He's on the British side in Georgia, trying to keep the colonies in line. He can keep all of Georgia. Theodosia, she's mine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep loving anyway. Laugh and we cry and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason, I'm by her side when so many have tried. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Grandfather was a fire and brimstone preacher. There are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach you. My mother was a genius. Father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions, just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyway. Rise and we fall and we break and we make mistakes. And if there's a reason, I'm still alive when everyone who loves me has died. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can't control. I am inimitable, I am an original. I am not falling behind or running late. I am not standing still, I am lying in wait. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has something to prove, he has nothing to lose. Hamilton's pace is relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraint. He takes and he takes and he takes, and he keeps winning anyway. Changes a game and he plays and he raises the stakes. And if there's a reason, he seems to thrive when so few survive. But goddamn it, I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes, and we keep living anyway. Rise, fall, and break. And if there's a reason, I'm still alive when so many have died. I'm willing to wait for it. Stay alive. Stay alive. I have never seen the general so despondent. I have taken over writing all his correspondence. Congress writes, George attacked the British forces. I shoot back, we have resorted to eating our horses. Local merchants deny us equipment, assistance. They only want British money, so sing a song in sixpence. Cavalry's not coming. Alexander, listen, there's only one way for us to win this. Provoke outrage, outright. Don't engage, strike by night. Stay relentless till the troops take flight. Make it impossible to justify the cost of the fight. Outrun, outlast. Hit 'em quick, get out fast. Stay alive till this horror show is past. We're gonna fly a lot of flags half-mast. I go back to New York in my apprenticeship. I ask for French aid, I pray France has sent the ship. I stay at work with Hamilton, write essays against slavery. Every day's a test of our camaraderie and bravery. Cutting supply lines, seal contraband. We pick and choose our battles and places to take a stand. And every day, sir, entrust me with command. And every day, he dismisses me out of hand. Instead of me, he promotes Charles Lee, makes him second in command. I'm a general. Whee! That's not the choice I would have gone with. He shits the bed at the Battle of Monmouth. Everyone attack! Attack! What are you doing, Lee? Get back on your feet! I'm sorry, is this not your speed? Hamilton, have Lafayette take the lead. 1,000 soldiers die in 100-degree heat as we snatch a stalemate from the jaws of defeat. Charles Lee was left behind without a pot to piss in. He's sort of saying this to anybody who could listen. Washington would not be left alone to his devices. Indecisive and crisis, the crisis. The best thing he could do for the revolution is turn and go back to planting tobacco in Mount Vernon. Don't do a thing, history will prove him wrong. We have a war to fight, let's move along. Strong words from Lee, someone ought to hold him to it. I can't disobey direct orders, then I'll do it. Alexander, you're the closest friend I got. Lawrence, do not throw away your shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 dual commandments. 1, the challenge demands satisfaction. If they apologize, no need for further action. 2, if they don't, grab a friend, that's your second. Your lieutenant, when it's reckoning to be reckoned. 3, have your seconds meet face to face. Negotiate a peace or negotiate a time and place. This is commonplace, especially through recruits. Most disputes die and no one shoots. Number 4, if they don't reach a peace, that's aight. Time to get some pistols and a doctor on site. Pay him in advance, treat him with civility. Have him turn around so he can have deniability. 5, go before the sun is in the sky. Pick a place and die where it's high and dry. Number 6, leave a note for your next of kin. Tell him where you've been. Pray the hell of heaven let you in. 7, confess your sins. Time for the moment of adrenaline when you finally face your opponent. Number 8, last chance to negotiate. Send in your second, see if they can set the record straight. Alexander, Aaron Burr, sir, can we agree the duels are dumb and immature? Sure, but your man has to answer for his words. Burr, with his life, we both know that's absurd. Sir, hang on, how many men died because Lee was inexperienced and ruinous? Okay, so we're doing this. 9, look him in the eye, you know higher. Summon all the courage you require. Then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, paces, fire! Lee, do you yield? He shot him in the side. Yes, he yields. I'm satisfied. We gotta clear the field, yo. We won. Here comes the general. This should be fun. What is the meaning of this? Mr. Burr, get a medic for the general. Lee, you will never agree with me, but believe me, these men don't speak for me. Thank you for your service. Hamilton, meet me inside. Meet him inside. Meet him inside. Meet him inside. Meet him inside. Son, this war's hard enough without infighting. Lee called you out. We called his bluff. You aggravate our allies to the south. That's right. John should have shot him in the mouth. That would have shut him up, son. Watch your tone. I am not a maiden and need your defending. Charles Lee, Thomas Conway, they take your name and drag it through the mud. My name's been through a lot. I can take it. I don't have your name. I don't have your titles. I don't have your land. But if you gave me a command of a battalion, a group of men to lead, I can fly above my station after the war. Or you could die, and we need you alive. Your wife needs you alive, son. I need you alive. Go home, Alexander. That's an order from your commander. Go home. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around. How long have you known? A month or so? You should have told me. I wrote to the general a month ago. I begged for him to send you home. I'm not sorry. I knew you'd fight until the war was done, but you deserve a chance to meet your son. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Do you relish being a poor man's wife, unable to provide for your life? I relish being your wife. Look around. Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. Stay alive, that would be enough. And if this child could share a fraction of your smile or a fragment of your mind, look out world, that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges you're facing, the worlds you keep erasing and creating in your mind. But I'm not afraid, I know who I married. As long as you come home at the end of the day, that would be enough. We don't need a legacy, we don't need money. If I could grant you peace of mind, if you could let me inside your heart, or let me be part of the narrative, a story they will write one day. Let this moment be the first chapter when you decide to stay. And I could be enough. We could be enough. That would be enough. How does a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower? How do we emerge victorious from the quagmire, leave the battlefield waving Betsy Ross's flag higher? Yo, turns out we got a secret weapon, an immigrant you know when love was not afraid to step in. He's constantly confusing, confounding the British henchman. Everybody give it up for America's favorite fighting Frenchman. I'm taking this course by the rain, make a rain come true with blood stains. And never stop to make a shot, burn the the remains. Watch me engage and I'm escaping, I'm enraging, I'm course fights for more funds. I come back with more guns and ships and saucy balance shifts. We rendezvous with Rochambeau, consolidate their gifts. We can end this war in Yorktown, cut them off at Seabat. For this to succeed, there's someone else we need. So know what to do in the trenches, know what he's fluent in French. I mean, you're gonna have to use them eventually. What's he gonna do on a bench? I mean, you wanna have more resilience, match my practice brilliance. You wanna fight for your land back? I'm a right-hand man back. Yeah, he needs your right-hand man back. Go ahead, get your right-hand man back. No, you gotta put a fucking letter, but the sooner the better. Get your right-hand man back. Alexander Hamilton. Troops are waiting in the field for you. If you join us right now, together we can turn the tide. Oh, Alexander Hamilton, I have soldiers who will yield for you. If we manage to get this right, they'll surrender by early light. The world will never be the same. Alexander. I was younger than you are now when I was given my first command. I led my men straight into a massacre. I witnessed their deaths firsthand. I made every mistake. I felt the shame rise in me, and even now I lie awake, knowing history has its eyes on me. History has its eyes on me. Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story. I know that we can win. I know that greatness lies in you. Just remember from here on in, history has its eyes on you. History has its eyes on you. The Battle of Yorktown, 1781. Monsieur Hamilton, Monsieur Lafayette, in command where you belong. How you say? No sweater, we're finally on the field. We've had quite a run. Immigrants, we get the job done. So what happens if we win? I go back to France. I've been freedom to my people if I'm given a chance. We'll be with you when you do. Go lead your men. See you on the other side till we meet again. I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. You know I'm just on my country, young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Till the world turns upside down. Till the world turns upside down. I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. This is where it gets me. On my feet, the enemy ahead of me. If this is the enemy, at least I have a friend with me. Weapon in my hand, a command in my man with me. Then I remember my allies is expecting me. Not only that, my allies is expecting. We gotta go, gotta get the job done. Gotta start a new nation, gotta meet my son. Get a bullet at your gun, bullets at your gun. We move on the cover and we move as one. Through the night, we have one shot to live another day. We can not let a straight gunshot. This is the way we will fight up close. This is a moment to stay in it. It's either that or meet the business end of a bayonet. The Cold War is no Rambo. didn't grow Campbell. You got your orders now, go man, go. So the American experiment begins as my friends all scattered to the winds. Lovers is in South Carolina, redefining bravery. We'll never be free until we end slavery. When we finally drive the British away, Lafayette is there waiting in Chesapeake Bay. How do we know that the plan will work? We had a spy on the inside, asteroid Hercules. William Terrence spying on the British government, took the measurements, information, and then I smuggled it to my brother's revolutionary comment. And I'm running with the sons of liberty, and I'm loving it. That's what happens when you up against a ruffians. We in the shit now, somebody gotta shovel it. Hercules rolling down, leave me with introduction when you knock me down. Like, get the fuck back up again. Yeah. After a week of fighting, a young man in a red coat stands on a parapet. We lower our guns as he frantically waves a white handkerchief. And just like that, it's over. We tend to our wounded, count our dead. Black and white soldiers wondering alike if it really means freedom. Not yet. We negotiate the terms of surrender. I see George Washington smile. We escort their men out of Yorktown. They stagger home single file. Tens of thousands of people flood the streets. There were screams and church bells ringing. And as my fallen foes retreat, I hear the drinking song they're singing. World turned upside down. The world turned upside down. The world turned upside down. Down, down, down. Freedom for America, freedom for France. Gotta start a new nation, gotta meet my son. We won, world turned upside down. You say the price of my war's not the price that you're willing to pay. Insane. You cheat with the French, now I'm fighting with France and with Spain. I'm so blue. I thought that we'd made an arrangement when you went away. You were mine to subdue. Now even despite our estrangement, I have a small query for you. What comes next? You've been freed. Do you know how hard it is to lead? You're on your own. Awesome, wow. Do you have a clue what happens now? Oceans rise, empires fall. It's much harder when it's on your call. All alone, across the sea. When your people say they hate you, don't come crawling back to me. You're on your own. Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have my eyes, you have your mother's name. When you came into the world, you cried, and you broke my heart. I'm dedicating every day to you. Domestic life was never quite my style. When you smile, you knock me out, I fall apart. And I thought I was so smart. You will come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Ooh, Philip, when you smile, I am undone. My son, look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for. There is so much more inside me now. Ooh, Philip, you outshine the morning sun, my son. And when you smile, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. My father wasn't around. I swear that I'll be around for you. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll make the world safe and sound for you. You'll come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and we'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. After the war, I went back to New York. After the war, I went back to New York. I finished up my studies and I practiced law. Bird worked next door. Even though they started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb. How to account for his rise to the top? Man, the man is non-stop. Gentlemen of the jury, I'm curious, bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial of a brand new nation, a liberty behind deliberation. I intend to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt with my assistant counsel, co-counsel Hamilton says that my client Levy Weeks is innocent. Call your first witness, that's all you had to say. Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? That attitude may be your doom. Why do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time. Keep on fighting in the meanwhile. Corruption's such an old song, we can sing along in harmony. And nowhere is it stronger than in Albany. This colonies, economies, increasingly soaring. Honestly, this is why public service seems to be calling me. I practiced the law, I practically perfected it. I've seen injustice in this world, and I corrected it. Now for a strong sense of democracy, if not, then I'll be Socrates throwing verbal rocks, these mediocrities. Hamilton at the Constitutional Convention. I was chosen for a Constitutional Convention. There is a New York junior delegate. And what I'm about to say might sound indelicate. Goes and proposes his own form of government. His own plan for a new form of government. Talks for 6 hours. The convention is listless. Bright young man, who the F is this? Why do you always say what you believe? Why do you always say what you believe? Every proclamation guarantees free ammunition for your enemies. Why do you write like it's going out of style? Write day and night like it's going out of style. Every day you fight like it's going out of style. Do what you do. Aaron Burr, sir, it's the middle of the night. Can we confer? Sir, it's a legal matter. It's important to me. Burr, you're a better lawyer than me. I know I talk too much. I'm abrasive. You're incredible in court. Succinct, persuasive. My client needs a strong defense. You're the solution. The new U.S. Constitution. Hear me out. A series of essays anonymously published defending the document to the public. People will read it. And here's why we need it. The Constitution's a mess. It needs amendments. It's full of contradiction like independence. We have to start somewhere. You're making a mistake. What are you waiting for? What are you stall for? We won the war. What was it all for? If you support this Constitution, then defend it. What if you're backing the wrong horse? Burr, we studied and we fought and we killed for the notion of a nation we now get to build. For once in your life, take a stand with pride. I don't understand why you stand to the side. I'll keep all my plans close to my chest. I'll wait here and see which way the wind will blow. I'm taking my time watching the afterbirth of a nation, watching the tensions grow. I am sailing off to London. I am accompanied by someone who always pays. I've got a wealthy husband who will keep me in comfort for all my days. He's not a lot of fun, but there's no one who can match you for turn of phrase. Alexander, don't forget to write. Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. Stay alive, that would be enough. And if your wife could share a fraction of your time, if I could grant you peace of mind, would that be enough? Alexander joins forces with James Madison and John Jay to write a series of essays defending the new United States Constitution entitled the Federalist Papers. The plan was to write a total of 25 essays, the work divided evenly amongst the 3 men. In the end, they wrote 85 essays over a span of 6 months. John Jay got sick after writing 5. Madison wrote 29. Hamilton, the other 51. How do you write like it's going out of style? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you write like you're running out of time, like you're running out of time, like you're running out of time. How do you write like tomorrow won't arrive? How do you write like you need it to survive? How do you write every second you're alive, every second you're alive, every second you're alive? They are asking me to lead. I am doing the best I can to get the people that I need. I'm asking you to be my right-hand man. I know it's a lot to ask, to leave behind the world you know. You want me to run the Treasury or State Department? Treasury? Let's go. Look around at how lucky you ought to be alive right now. They are asking me to lead. Helpless, he will never be satisfied. He will never be satisfied, satisfied. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Mr. Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton. So what do you think? Think I could take this dude in a cabinet battle? Just you wait. Peace.